I seldom look at fruit as anything other than what's eaten in its natural state, with very little variation, really. The closest thing to adventurism for me is a slice of banana bread, which is why today I'm choosing to cook with fruit, focusing on the most common to be found in the city. My choices coming from inspiration I get from my local fruit and vegetable stop, where I'm targeting some beautiful pineapple, bananas too, and some apples, which are no longer a luxury item, but now part of our fruit spectrum. Hello and welcome to Food Journey in our kitchen today. We are cooking with fruit. How exciting. And believe me when I say we can go savory or we can go sweet when it comes to these, as you're going to see. I've chosen apples, bananas, pineapple and pawpaw to whip up some beautiful treats for your urban living style, which means, as always, they're easy to achieve for anyone, and that means you too. Let's have a look at our beautiful menu. On the menu today, we're making apple cake in a pan, followed by a special pepper pineapple jam, and then a refreshing pineapple cocktail. Finally, we're putting a savory twist on a familiar fruit, which will surprise you. Apples. You've got to love them. They clean your teeth, they keep the doctor away, and make a great addition to a lovely pancake that we're going to do today. Fancy that. But first, let's have a look at why they're so awesome. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, probably because of their numerous benefits. And to see them in bloom and hanging temptingly from a tree is a true food experience in itself. I wouldn't really call myself a lazy cook. I've been known to do things that take a painstakingly long amount of time to achieve. But I thought this one might be interesting, especially for people who actually don't have an oven. And sometimes your oven's on the blink and you need to make something nice and sweet and cakey. And you can do this right on your stovetop, everyone. So let's see how it comes out. We're going to add a teaspoon of baking soda in there, and we're also going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So there's 1 and there's 2, and then to that an addition of some plain yogurt, 1/2 cup. In that goes. And it's a good old whisk, isn't it? So you can see that's nice and smooth now, what we want. The last thing we're adding is we're going for flour. We've got 1 cup. I'm just going to add that all in at once. There we go. And that is stage 1. Done. After cutting the apple into quarters and coring them, we'll slice. We'll be needing butter, and this is room temperature, so it's soft, and a pan. So let's scooch this away. and put this in the front. Now we need to butter this well. So in that goes, and a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my gloved hand to smear the butter all over the bottom of this pan. Dust your pan with sugar to form a sticky base, and then go for a design of your making for the apple pieces. Here we go, we've got our two components ready, beautiful apples sitting on our sugar and butter. All we need to do now is just put this lovely cake batter all over the top of this. How interesting. And just scrape that all out. It's going to spread, of course, and it's also going to rise. There we go. Trust the process, everyone. Cover this up. And we're leaving this there for 40 to 45 minutes. I honestly haven't opened to peek at this cake until 14 minutes in, and it seems done. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. Delicious and golden brown from that beautiful sugar, and the apples sunken in so beautifully. We should be proud of ourselves, shouldn't we? Apple pot cake cheers. Speechless. So our next dish, lovely pineapple. So many different ways to eat this, and it's just there all year round, isn't it, in the tropics? So this is an excellent go-to fruit. It has a lot of health benefits as well, as we shall see. Pineapple is preciously guarded by spiny hard protection. Justly so, with all its health benefits. The skin in particular is rich in vitamin C and contains antibacterial properties. And it's often boiled with herbs to promote healing in some applications. I thought it might be interesting for us to make something different with our pineapple, something that we will all love on a bit of toast in the morning or whenever. Some pineapple jam. So simple to make, and it can keep in your fridge for up to 2 months after you've made it. But I suspect it won't last that long because it's just so yummy. I'm just going to snap off the top there. They say that you can know a pineapple is ready by just pulling the leaf out, and if it comes easily like that, you'll notice that I'm actually also making sure I don't include these eyes. We don't need those. So, finishing up. These lovely skins still have some juice in them, as you can see. And for our next recipe, this is going to be vital. So we're just keeping all these lovely bits to the side. Great. Chop the sweet flesh into cubes and then blend the mixture till it's smooth. I've saved some pieces to chop by hand for texture. In a sturdy pot, pour 1.5 cups of sugar into the mix. It's a lot, but don't worry. Jam is eaten in mere teaspoonfuls. You'll notice because of the sugars, the mixture will thicken, and after more reduction, it becomes thicker still. With a little squeeze of lime and some chili flakes and a clove. A few minutes later, you're able to give it a home for the next 2 months, if it lasts that long, in a clean jar. The idea is to boil it in some clean water, and what will happen is all that flavor will be extracted from the pineapple and it'll be really delicious. All we do now is just get our handy mortar and just crush up that ginger just a little, flattening it out to release some of its beautiful flavor. The skin was washed before I even cut it, so we're safe. And we will sieve it so that all these little bits that you see here won't be in your actual drink. And that's just the first part of the equation. Just covering that up, and then this will be put on the stove to boil. Simple. You can see that the color has changed now due to that pineapple and that beautiful ginger as well. So once this cools down in the fridge, it will be a thirst-quenching savior in this tropical heat. Bananas, whatever their type, are distinct in flavor, and I like them. Rich in potassium, they're real brain food and help to improve memory and cognitive skills. Today we are creating a fun recipe to add some pizzazz to your banana experience. Beautiful inside, aren't they? And just going to cut them up, taking that little tip off and cutting them about that large. We're cutting them like this because we're going to be skewering them. And that's going to make them really fun to eat, especially if you've got kids. So great for the little kids and great for the big kids too. So the idea really is to get a skewer, short one that'll fit into your pan. Turn these on the side and gently skewer them through the side, like so. I think we can get 4 on each skewer. That's 3. Let's go for 1 more. These are fun to eat and easy to hold. And just lay that down. So we'll just do this until we have about 6. We're making easy breadcrumbs with 2-day-old bread and a serrated knife for our crispy coating. We only need a small amount, so it's not been too difficult to achieve. We'll need a pinch of salt. There we go. And then we'll need our sugar, 1/4 cup. And then we're simply adding a few more things. 2 tablespoons of water and 1/4 cup of flour. So you can see we're forming a lovely batter of sorts, which is sweet. And there we go. That's smooth the way we want it. Fabulous. 3 components all ready in just a jiffy. Are you going to try this one? And once we're sure that we've got all the bananas covered, we can go ahead now and simply dip them in our breadcrumbs like this. All sides, please. And it's about getting them golden brown now. Let's do some more dipping. All sides. So just a dip on all sides and in here. Keep the flame low. Breadcrumbs brown very quickly. And don't forget the sides too. It's a light dusting of icing sugar. That's all this needs, and it's ready to eat. Banana fritters, cheers on a skewer. You know what I love about this? The bananas just got so soft and delicious and sweet and concentrated. Crispy on the outside. Really a game changer. Yummy. How many types of banana are there? Answer: apparently over 1,000. And it's the 5th most traded agricultural product. Banana fibers have also been used to make clothing, and their leaves to wrap, cook, and serve food. This recipe is inspired by where unripe pawpaw is used as a base for a sour fermented sauce, pungent with flavor. From these ingredients, fish sauce is the umami, meaty flavor, and the shrimp paste needed will be improvising using fermented locust beans. Tomato, green beans, lime, pepper, chili, and garlic will wake this dressing up even more, along with the balance of sweetness from brown sugar. So the idea is to get thin juliennes out of this. And if you haven't got a mandolin, really the way to do it is to just hack at it like this with a sharp knife. Should really go from the top like this. This is painstaking, but quite fun. Slice off the long bits with your knife, like so. So you're getting those lovely juliennes that you want, but it's just taking just a little bit longer time. Can you see that in the bowl? Have a look. That's what we're looking for. This. Some of the other elements that are going to be going in are green beans. So these green beans need to be taken care of. They're string beans, and that's because they've got a string that goes along this side and along that side as well. So the way to get that off, if there is a string there, is to just stiff the end and pull like so. And I like to turn it around opposite side, and pull. Sometimes there is no string as such, sometimes there is. But what these do is they make the bean tough to chew, and since these are going to be eaten raw, they need to be taken out especially. So, and all we want to do here is just cut like this into uniform slices. There we go. And then you just begin the process again. It's 2 cloves of garlic and a couple of chili peppers. These are hot, but we like it that way. So once we get the skin off of here, we're just going to scooch this to the side, bring up our mortar, drop in our garlic, drop in our chili. I think maybe 1.5 as opposed to 2 for this amount. And then all we're going to do is pound. So there we go, nice and crushed. We're still going to do some more crushing, so if it's not really fine at the moment, that's okay. The next thing that's going in is fish sauce. And we want 2 tablespoons of this, which I'm going to measure like so. That's the lovely salty and umami part of this. And it smells really potent and nice. Sweet, coming from brown sugar. Normally palm sugar would have been used, but where you can't get palm sugar, brown sugar is a great substitute. So we're going for a tablespoon of that in there. All right, let's give this a tiny little bit of a mix. And you can see here that we've got a slurry going on. Nice. The next ingredient calls for shrimp paste. Now, because we don't have shrimp paste, what I've decided to do is to incorporate a little bit of our iru, which has that beautiful fermented feel to it that shrimp paste would have had, and crayfish as well. More pounding. So we've got sweet, hot, umami, all going on in there, and look at that. Lovely smelling, I have to tell you. Lovely indeed. We're cutting and then squeezing the juice of a whole lime to add the sour element, and then a bit of tomato. What a cool and different way to eat pawpaw, and a healthy end to our endeavors, with a refreshing drink as well. Cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time on Food Journey. Bye. Food Journey has a new Instagram. It's FOODJERNY @Food Journey. So if you were following us before, please come and follow us here now.